What's up, guys? It's Inhuman, and it's time for another pancake. So, for this one, we are attacking L House. It's number 12 in our war against Tactical War. And in this base, looking for where we want to attack, it's pretty clear that we don't want to attack up in the north. Because there's generals to deal with, there's 2 anti-tank guns to deal with, there's potentially 3 mortars that can rain on us, so that's not a great idea. We could choose to attack over in the top left. We run the risk of running into those anti-tank guns. The tanks aren't very accessible very quickly, so they're probably going to get multiple waves. The castle's not in a great spot. Our troops might wander over there and trigger that. And it's just generally... it's an option, but it's got the potential to go very badly. So I don't think we really want to attack over there. Bottom left is actually a place where we could get a lot of value very early on. The good thing is that you would get both these stables to prevent them from killing tanks, and you get them very, very quickly. Bad news is you have 2 anti-tank guns, and I kind of like having tanks. And then you get swarmed on 2 sides from heavy tanks, and you have to be careful about when you betray them, otherwise these anti-tank guns are just going to eat them. And if you attack from that angle, you also have 2 sniper towers that are just basically going to go untouched. So, bottom left looks appealing on the surface, but I have the feeling that it's sort of a trap. And I say that it's a trap, but it's more of a trap that appears this base has stumbled into, because this is not the greatest of base designs. So, that leaves us with one option. It's actually a pretty good option. And I actually learned this a bit ago, but, well, I shouldn't say learned it. It was brought to my attention that I need to plan for this, and that is the fact that factories can spawn heavy tanks with resistance starting in Global Age. And in one of my previous attacks, I was foiled in a 5-star because of these factories in somebody's base spawning heavy tanks and obliterating parts of my army, and I didn't notice them in time. And this guy was nice enough to put both his together. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to stick 2 infantry down here, 1 for each factory. Protect them with planes if his forest defenders decide to fuck with us. And then we're going to see if any heavy tanks come out. Case A is that they do come out. I lure them to the side with 1 more infantry, betray them both, and then I have 2 heavy tanks in my army, plus the heavy tank that's going to come out from this bunker, and I have 3 heavy tanks stomping around his base and crush the entire damn thing. Plan 2 is that these don't spawn heavy tanks. I drop my tanks basically right down the center here. They make a beeline for this pack of defenses right here. I betray this guy as soon as he gets outside the wall, and we basically just swarm in with essentially 9 siege units. 3 that I'm bringing along from allies, and 6 of my own. I have decided to drop a couple shooters for an extra artillery. I'm going to see how that goes. I think I should be able to defend on such an open base like this with planes. Basically, all my planes are going to fly in from the south side, as far as I can tell. Maybe they'll come in up here when I get closer to the base, but it should give me a nice wide open area that I can defend it with planes and not take too much anti-air. There's a redoubt and 2 air towers, but after these guys go down, I shouldn't have too much problems dealing with these. And because I did say that this edge was a lot of value, I think what I'm going to try and do is, as soon as my guys breach, take the TC with Strength of the Gladiator, I'm going to try and rally either down in this compartment or possibly just down here in order to get my guys to just circle the base. So that's the plan. I'm going to need 1 sab for the TC. I don't need any sabs to protect this heavy tank. My second betrayal is either going for these guys if they produce heavy tanks, or this guy if he produces a heavy tank in time. And then the sabs are probably also going to be used for the castle and maybe this sniper tower over here. Maybe I can get that with planes, I'm not certain, but it can also just be used on like a mortar anti-tank gun pairing if I really need it. So that's where we're going to dump our 5 tactics, and and let's see how it runs. Oh, I do need to set my generals. And I think we're going to be committing our mercs to this one. I might rethink if I get essentially 3 heavy tanks to come in and help me, but it's almost certainly going to get dropped if I don't get heavy tanks. Alright, so we got Alex and Napoleon heading back to war. Looks like both sides are doing alright. Alright, so there's 3 infantry are what we're starting with. And everything else will get piled in depending on whether or not I have heavy tanks to escort my guys. Okay, so be careful not to drop early. There's that blank spot that I noticed when I was planning this out, but don't really need it right now. Okay, so these guys should both go for... No, please not that. Okay, so let's just get the things down. Don't want the tanks to run too far ahead. Oh, great. So he does have resistance, but not in the way I wanted it. Come on, get down. Alright, wait for that to get outside the walls. Strength the gladiator. Hook that shit up. Oh, no. Oh, shit. Oh, that's a problem. I need to get you guys together and bring you down here. Mine. Yeah, the split composition is actually not hurting me too much. I think I'm going to sit with it. And get this out of the way so it doesn't snipe my shit. Okay, losing the planes if that happens. Oh god, double SAM battery. Well then. Alright, well, the split was not intended, but it actually worked out really well, because we came in from 2 sides, got our heavy tank like we wanted, and we saved, what? It looks like 7 of the artillery? No, 6 of the artillery. And we only lost 1 plane. So, overall, pretty good. What am I missing? Oh, I'm just going to spawn dudes. Kill the dudes. And there we go. Minute to spare. Did lose both the generals, which is a little annoying, but we have more of them. Yeah, lost 3 mortars. A surprisingly low number of shooters, but I think it was just that incredibly good positioning with Strength of the Gladiator that just annihilated everything in the middle compartment with that rally. So, there's another pancake. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. Have a good one.